The following CannabisRadio.com program contains explicit language and content that can be considered graphic and offensive. This program is not suitable for all audiences, and the opinions expressed do not reflect those of CannabisRadio.com, its staff, management, or sponsors. Listener discretion is advised.
Yeah. It's for my lady, Mary Jane. I love you, baby. This is for you. If tomorrow all the weed were gone, or I couldn't find a light, and all I had left was the resin that's in my pipe, I give thanks for all the herb that on this earth was planted, and I'd swear I'd never again take my weed for granted. And I'm proud to be a stoner. Don't you dare fucking judge me. Drink and smoke your cigarettes. Leave me with my weed. Won't you stand next to me and defend the lady of the flame? 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love the herb. God bless the Mary Jane. From the dispensaries in California to the retail shops in Colorado, we're firing up dabs and doobies. We're all gonna get fucking blotto. From Seattle to LA, over to Denver, then to Boston. We're blazing up from coast to coast, 'cause weed is fucking awesome. I'm proud to be a stoner. Don't you dare fucking judge me. Drink and smoke your cigarettes. Leave me with my weed. Won't you stand next to me and defend the lady of the flame? 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this herb. God bless the Mary Jane. I'm proud to be a stoner. Don't you dare fucking judge me. Shove your judgment up your ass. Leave me with my weed. Won't you stand next to me and defend the lady of the flame? 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this herb. God bless the Mary Jane. Oh, God, I got a fucking beautiful voice.
Oh, this is kind of cool.
Stoner. You can put your weed in there.
Stoner Jesus.
Oh, check this out.
Oh, yeah. That's beautiful. A lot of people don't realize this, but you can put your weed in there.
This is the Stoner Jesus Show on CannabisRadio.com.
It's Mike Gregg here, Poontang, if I can use a medical term.
Man, oh man.
You're gay. There's no fags in the church.
Oh, yeah.
Holy crap. Don't try to debate me on something. Motherfucker, I can't do many things well, but words are my shit. Ah, fuck yeah, words are my shit. Welcome, everybody. Stoner Jesus Show Live, Chapter 3, Verse 22. Doing it live on April 6th, 2020. It's 4/20 for an entire month. We had other plans for celebration, obviously, a big month of events and all that stuff everybody did all across the country, all across the world. Of course, that's all going to shit thanks to the coronavirus, so this is what we're doing. 4/20. Only two things going on in the world: coronavirus and Tiger King. We'll talk about both of those tonight. I do have a review of Tiger King. I am talking about it. I said I wouldn't. I said I didn't want to. I said I didn't want to watch it. I succumbed to the peer pressure, to the pressure of pop culture. After all, commenting on pop culture is some of what I do here. So, fuck it. I watched it. Got all kinds of shit to say about it. Got a new voicemail from St. Peter. I did an interview earlier with Hung Young Terrorist. She's a rapper, comedian, all kinds of stuff. She was in a cult. It was an awesome interview. I am Hung Young on Twitter. Go check her out. The interview will be a little bit later. We're live in many places: Twitter, Periscope, Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. Disciples of Stoner Jesus is our group on Facebook. We're live there as well. There's a page on stonerjesus.net where you can see the live show. All kinds of shit. All kinds of opportunities to find us live as we stream, also on demand in all of those places. And, of course, the audio show can be found on stonerjesus.net. CannabisRadio.com, of course, along with a lot of other great shows. Stitcher, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts. The list goes on and on. There are many, many platforms where you can find us. Go to sponsor tonight, Honest Buds. You'll be hearing their commercials. Check them out. Check out their banner on stonerjesus.net. Check out all of our sponsors on stonerjesus.net. They are who support the show. They are what keep us going. And they support us, so go support them. Thank you. DC579, the Periscope chat room. Also 16 Toes Down. Also in the chat. I'm also monitoring the Twitch chat. I'm not going to get on the YouTube chat. It's just too much. Put YouTube and Facebook comments and all that stuff. If you really want to get a hold of me during the show, I try to check Twitter at StonerJesus420. Daniel Godfrey retweeting the show. Kill That Music. Yo. Freestyling on that ass, as I am known to do. It's kind of the thing I'm known for, is freestyling on that ass. Technically, this is Quarantine with Jesus 6. This has been the 6th episode. This is the 6th episode during quote-unquote self-isolation, whatever you want to call it, since the coronavirus really became an issue here in the United States. And there's many more to come. Obviously, tonight, if you notice the title was The Rise of the Goat King. We'll talk about that coming up in the St. Peter voicemail. A couple of things before we get to the St. Peter voicemail. If you want to email the show, by the way, stonerjesus420 at gmail.com is one of the ways you can get a hold of the show. I said the Facebook group. All kinds of shit. Thank you for celebrating your 420 in self-isolation, a.k.a. quarantine, however you're doing it or describing it. Thank you for being here. I did have a coronavirus self-isolation related poll on stonerjesus.net. The graphics and shit out of the way. There we go. How much cannabis have you been consuming during isolation? 47% said more than usual, which is not surprising. 28% said about the same amount. 24% said less than usual. Not a surprising outcome. Something you can discuss among yourselves whenever you get back to the water cooler in 6 months, or whatever the fuck it's going to be. You stand around the water cooler and talk about the poll. You're hearing the Stoner Jesus show way back when. Discuss it among yourselves. Absolutely. This video, before we get to St. Peter's voicemail, I know many of you are clamoring. You're saying, look, asshole, no, this bullshit. Stop filibustering. Just get to the most important thing. What is going on with St. Peter, who thinks, emphasis on the word thinks, he has coronavirus. He also throws in a Tiger King reference in the voicemail coming up. But before we get to that, you may have seen this video yesterday. It went viral. I know it went viral on Twitter and probably many other places as well. So the woman who's in line on her way to church, the CNN reporter asked her about it, and she has an interesting response.
Driving out of this Ohio parking lot is a woman who just attended a church service with dozens of other people, including children.
Can I ask you about your decision to go to church, to be inside that building?
I wouldn't be anywhere else.
Aren't you concerned you could infect other people if you get sick inside?
No.
People who don't go to this
No.
church.
I'm covered in Jesus' blood.
She's covered in Jesus' blood. You heard that correctly. She's covered in Jesus' blood. Now, I'm not going to speak to the efficacy of covering yourself in Jesus' blood. Jesus' blood is a way to, excuse me, protect yourself against the coronavirus, COVID-19. I will say this, though. Get a little bit closer So whatever device you're listening, I'm going to say this low. I don't want to get out. I'm already hearing about this. It's fucking on the down low, the QT, if you will. If you want some Jesus blood, I got what you need. Fucking for real. Tons of it. Tons of Jesus blood. I've been storing fucking blood for a long time. Again, I'm not allowed to say or make any medical claims about the efficacy of covering yourself in said blood, but could it hurt? I mean, for real, could it hurt to cover yourself in Jesus' blood? I'm just saying, DM me. Slide my DMs. I'll get you what you need. You need a fucking quart? You need 2 quarts? You need fucking, whatever more than 2 quarts is? 3 quarts? You need 3 quarts? You need 3 quarts of Jesus blood, bro? I got you. I got you. Again, don't fucking narc on me. If you fucking narc on me, I'll know. Anyway. More from this lady. Yeah, she's not done.
I'm covered in Jesus'
But what
blood.
about other people who don't
Slide in my DMs, Joe.
go to this church who you might encounter?
All of these people go to this church.
No, but you're going to be in places where other people
I go to
are.
the grocery store every day. I'm in Walmart,
What?
Home Depot, all of those
But you
people.
could get them sick from what happens. in
They
the
could
church.
get me sick, but they're not because I'm covered in his blood. Thank you very much.
She's not a paid spokesperson for Jesus Blood. DM me now. But that's a pretty good commercial for it. If I do say so myself. Even though, again, she's not a paid spokesperson. It's actual customer feedback, actual customer testimonials. But covering yourself in Jesus' blood. Anyway, moving on now to, as I said, the most important thing, new voicemail from St. Peter. He updates us on the coronavirus he thinks that he has. He also talks about Tiger King. And, of course, well, he takes a shot at me because what would a St. Peter voicemail be without him taking a shot at me? And I have to say, before we listen to this, that even by St. Peter standards, this is a little weird. It's just, it's a little weird. Here, check it out for yourself right now.
Hey, Jesus. Hey, Jesus, it's me, Peter. Figured I'd call with another update on my crippling battle with coronavirus. I think the last that we left you, it was, my pee was fuchsia. The color, I had to look up, fuchsia. I hope you looked it up. Jesus is very descriptive of the color of my pee. And of course, I got the coronavirus from snorting the liquefied brains of a dead bat that I scraped off the side of the road at the behest of my co-worker Enrique. Fuck you, Enrique, for listening to this. You really fucked me over, bro. S.A. Know what I'm saying? Anyway, Jesus, I'm still hearing like the voices with like the Ugandan accent. And I'm pissing fuchsia, but there's something else going on, Jesus. There's something. I don't want anybody else to hear me. I don't know who else is around me. I don't know else. Listen to me, Jesus. Listen to me. When I pee, Jesus, the fuchsia pee. When I pee, it whistles. Like, kind of like that, Jesus. Sounds just like that. And for the longest time, I didn't know where the fuck that sound was coming from. Every time I would take a piss, I would hear the pee and like the stream hitting whenever it was hitting, and I was like really focused on the color because the fucking color was weird because it was like a blue raspberry Jolly Rancher, and now it's like fuchsia. But the whole time, all I would hear was also like with all that other stuff going on, I would hear. It's fucking weird, Jesus, but I figured it out finally. It was driving me fucking crazy trying to figure out where that noise was coming from, Jesus. But listen to me, Jesus. Listen to me. Listen to me. It's coming from my dick. Jesus, when I pee, not only is it a weird color, but it whistles. There's a whistling sound coming from my dick hole when I pee, Jesus. That's what I got going on here. It's just fucking... I don't know, Jesus. I can't. It's fucking I'm fucking flabbergasted, Jesus. Flabbergasted. So I spend all my fucking time inside. I can't go scrape dead animals off the road because I'm like a furloughed employee or whatnot. So I got to fucking sit at home and listen to shit and watch shit. I gotta tell you though, Jesus. I gotta tell you. One thing of it. Netflix thing. It's all over the internet. The Tiger King thing. I watched it, Jesus. I watched it. You remember, Jesus, when I used to have that goat? I used to have a goat out behind the studio complex back when I was still there. You remember my goat, my pet goat, Jesus, Sparkles? You remember Sparkles the goat, Jesus, you have too? It was like a big fucking part of my life. Sparkles the goat. You remember that one time, Jesus, I said, hey, Jesus, we should get another goat. So we'd have like 2 goats, Jesus. We'd have had 2 goats. But you were all like, oh, no, it's enough of the fucking goat. It eats everything and it's shitting in the fucking studio and it smells fucking awful. It smells even worse than you, St. Peter. Do you remember saying that to me, Jesus? Do you remember saying that we couldn't get a second goat because how much you hated the first fucking goat? How much you hated Sparkles? Could have had 2 goats. Jesus, I could have been the Goat King. I could have been the Goat King, Jesus. You fucked it all up. You fucked a lot up, Jesus. Let's hope you know that. That was just one of them. The Goat King. I could have been the Goat King. I could have had rivals and fucking drama and backstabbing and fucking fires and dead goats and I would have been on fucking Netflix, Jesus. Now look at me. I got coronavirus from snorting liquefied fucking bat brains off a fucking bat that I scraped off the side of the road. Look at my life, Jesus. All because you wouldn't let me get a second goat, you bastard. I fucking hate you, Jesus. I fucking hate you for depriving me of my crown as the Goat King. R.I.P. Sparkles. I don't even know what happened to Sparkles. I think she wandered off. Unloyal bitch. Unloyal bitch goat. Fuck you, Jesus.
So, learned a lot. Learned a lot in the, believe it or not, 4 minutes and 20 seconds of that voicemail. I know it seemed much longer, but St. Peter's dick whistles when he pees, and he thinks that's a symptom of coronavirus, along with the fuchsia color of his urine, and hearing the voices of the Ugandan accent in his head. Not only that, but I deprived him of his life in his famous documentary of being the Goat King. I deprived him of his crown of the Goat King because I told him we couldn't get a second goat. I do remember Sparkles. That part of the story is quite true. I fucking hated that goat. Goats in general, they're not good pets. He always brought it in here and just fucking leave a fucking dump like right there. And no. Would he have become the Goat King? I don't know. Maybe he would have. I don't know. I really can't say definitively whether or not my fateful decision to deprive him of a second goat kept him from fame and fortune as the Goat King. Although, the Tiger King, he doesn't end up well. So why you want to go down that path, I don't know. Animals in general, no. I'm good. Stoner Jesus Show Live. Chapter 3, verse 22. The Rise of the Goat King. That's right. It'll be a thing, I have no doubt. It'll be an internet meme. It will sweep the internet. StonerJesus.net. For all information on the show, we're live in many places, as I said. Periscope, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, and of course, on Twitter. You can tweet me at StonerJesus420. You can get a hold of me. Still coming up, my interview that I did earlier today with Hung Young Terrorist. I am Hung Young on Twitter. Great talk. She does a lot of stuff. Has an incredible life story. That's coming up. Next segment, though, I have a review of the Tiger King, also Cardi B, because, we can't fucking do anything without Cardi B and her wisdom. Speaking of depriving yourself, if you deprive yourself of the wisdom of Cardi B, well, I don't know what the fuck's up with you, son. Also, some stuff. I found a video of somebody talking about some stuff they left out of Tiger King, which is kind of par for the course for these Netflix documentaries. They leave out a lot of stuff and kind of frame it the way they want to. Plus, they don't have unlimited time to tell everybody's fucking life story. They're kind of focused on a few key things in various life stories. Anyway, talk about Tiger King coming up. R.I.P. Sparkles. Stoner Jesus Show Live. We'll be back after this, Dick Nuggets.
The Stoner Jesus Show on CannabisRadio.com.
Hello, my children. Stoner Jesus here to tell you about another awesome sponsor of the show, Honest Buds. You can find their banner on stonerjesus.net. Honest Buds are premium, organic, indoor-grown flowers cultivated in Oakland, California. You get 3.5 grams of 100% hand-trimmed buds delivered in hermetically sealed and 100% smell-proof CR glassware. 100% organic means their flowers have no pesticides or additives, and they are non-GMO. In addition, they're third-party lab tested for purity and compliance. Pure, honest buds. Check out honestbuds.com to find out which strains they carry, or simply click the Honest Buds banner on stonerjesus.net. Honest Buds, another awesome sponsor of the Stoner Jesus Show. Hello, my children. Stoner Jesus here to tell you about another sponsor of the Stoner Jesus Show, Build Your Own Tubes. BYOTubes.com. You can follow them at TransformerTube on Twitter. Transformer Tubes are a family of modular components with many options available for you to customize your pipe. Welcome to the world of Build a Bong. That's right, you heard me correctly. Get different pieces to build your own customized, durable pipe. BYOTubes.com. Build your own. Check out all the different categories they have, different setups, accessories, gift cards, and more. BYOTubes.com, a proud sponsor of the Stoner Jesus Show, at TransformerTube on Twitter. Go check them out. Follow them. See what you can build. BYOTubes.com. Hello, my children. Stoner Jesus here, and I have a confession to make. I suck at rolling. That's right. I suck at rolling. I can roll in an emergency and it may be adequate, but it's certainly not going to be good, and it's certainly not going to be quick, and there's probably going to be a lot of cussing involved. Luckily, I found the Stoner Jesus Show's brand new sponsor, Pre-Roll Tray. Check them out at prerolltray.com, or click that Pre-Roll Tray banner on stonerjesus.net. It is the only herbal cigarette packing tray on the market. The Pre-Roll Tray is going to allow you, as an experienced connoisseur, to pack your herbs faster, cleaner, and easier than ever before. But even better than that, it will allow you, the most novice, first-time users out there, to enjoy their medicated and recreational herbs in a way that they never could have before. Check out the Pre-Roll Tray banner on stonerjesus.net. Don't be sad. Don't be ashamed about not knowing how to roll or not being good at it. Instead, get the Pre-Roll Tray, and if you are good at it, well, good for you. Still get the Pre-Roll Tray, an awesome new sponsor of the Stoner Jesus Show. Check out the Pre-Roll Tray banner on stonerjesus.net.
Ignite the conversation on some trending topics along the Cannabis Radio social media network. Join our crew of thousands on our Cannabis Radio page on Facebook or at Canna Radio, CANNA Radio on Twitter. Plus, look for our Facebook and Google Plus pages for all of our original programs, and connect with Dr. Dina, Kyle Cushman, Dr. Mitch Earlywine, Nurse Heather, Doc Rob, the hosts of Ganjapreneur, and more. Connect with the growing Cannabis Radio social crusade at Canna Radio on Twitter, or search for Cannabis Radio on Facebook, Google Plus, and Instagram, and grow with us.
Learning the benefits of proper nutrition, supplementation, and personal development to live a healthy and abundant life. Awaken, adjust, and aspire. High on Healthy. Mondays on demand. Only on CannabisRadio.com. Now available for pre-order through crowdfunding for just $14 plus $10 shipping. Pouches. Premium mixing and rolling pouches allow you to carry and prepare your herbs for consumption with discretion and ease. These stylish pouches are handcrafted using strong zips, long-wearing buffalo leather outside, and smooth sheepskin inside. A portion of proceeds go to fund vital medical research into cannabis for ADHD. See a demo and get yours now on Indiegogo or Pouches.com. That's POUCHZ.com.
Let me welcome Nick Hexum from 311. We've never heard things like your music when it first came out. It's like to mix the reggae with the punk and all of that together was just such an unusual sound, and we loved it.
We realized we're not going to copy what's on the radio. At the time, it was all grunge that was on the radio, and I said, let's just stick to what we know and wait for culture to come around to us. Hey, it's Nick Hexum from 311, and you're listening to Cannabis Confidential with Dr. Dina on CannabisRadio.com.
To
Pierre Savon speaks to patients, advocates, and professionals to keep you informed on all the latest trends and advancements in the medical cannabis industry on Alternative Talk, presented by AlternativeVibes.com. Tuesdays on demand only on CannabisRadio.com. The following CannabisRadio.com program contains explicit language and content that can be considered graphic and offensive. This program is not suitable for all audiences, and the opinions expressed do not reflect those of CannabisRadio.com, its staff, management, or sponsors. Listener discretion is advised.
Yeah. Stoner Jesus Show Live, Chapter 3, Verse 22. We're live on many platforms. Twitter, Periscope, Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. StonerJesus.net for all information on the show. Still to come, interview I did earlier tonight with Hung Young Terrorist. I am Hung Young on Twitter. Very interesting conversation. She's a very interesting woman. Check that out. Coming up, but first, Tiger King. Yes, I know, last week. Whenever it was, whichever episode it was, I said, I'm not going to watch Tiger King. I know it's huge. That's kind of, I guess, a personality defect with me, if you will. If something's very big in pop culture, I try to avoid it because I feel like I'm being peer pressured. I didn't watch Breaking Bad till the very end and binge watched it. Same thing with Game of Thrones. Why that is, I don't know. As I mentioned before, one of the things I do on this show is comment on things in pop culture and to deprive myself. I'm using the word deprive a lot in this show. To keep myself from checking out Tiger King or anything that's really huge in pop culture is kind of like shooting myself in the foot, to borrow a phrase. In any case, I really, to be honest, got tired of not getting a lot of the meme references and shit on Twitter. So that was one of the reasons I had to watch Tiger King. Plus, what I just said, it's, you know, I can't avoid pop culture things because I'm like too cool for that, or, you know, I feel peer pressure. I'm some kind of fucking, you know, hipster doofus. Huh? Seinfeld reference? That's current, right? In any case, I did watch Tiger King. Look, I didn't have a lot of thoughts on it other than a lot of fucking trashy people. I mean, you know, it's just a lot of shady, trashy people. And whatever correlation there is between that and owning a lot of fucking animals, I don't know, it seems to be pretty high. But as I said before, Netflix and people accused of making a murder of this, kind of the documentaries on there, they only show certain parts. You get the impression that they want you to get generally. Like with Tiger King, you can tell they really want you to think that Carol Baskin killed her first husband. They're really pushing that. There's supposed to be another episode coming out that's recorded with the Jeff Lowe, another dude in the documentary, if you haven't seen it. He says there's going to be another episode added. I don't know if that's true. Maybe there will be. We'll see. You know, if you have Netflix, you know how to work that. So anyway, a little bit about Tiger King. And again, I've learned when doing this show, my wisdom is not enough. We also need the wisdom of Cardi B. And is there really anything better? I think not.
You know, people are nuts, man. They're all crazy. I'm sure y'all got a story to tell.
In life, there's two kinds of people. Those on Team Joe Exotic.
My name's Joe Exotic, and this is Sarge.
And those on Team Carol Baskin.
Hey, all you cool cats and kittens, it's Carol at Big Cat Rescue.
For rapper Cardi B, she falls in the first category. And get this, she may even spring into action to help her boy Joe out of prison.
I got these prisoner braids, but I'm still built.
Cardi is just one of the many millions of people totally fascinated by Netflix's documentary Tiger King, which is centered around the life of Joe Exotic,
the former owner of an exotic animal park in Oklahoma.
He's currently serving a 22-year prison sentence after he was found guilty for killing 5 tigers, plus 17 wildlife violations, and a murder-for-hire plot against his longtime nemesis, Carol Baskin, who owns Big Cat Rescue.
They have a heart and a soul and a mind. I've learned from them. But Carol Baskin keeps saying, I can't have these tigers.
If he ever had an enemy in his life, it was Carol Baskin.
Back to Cardi. She was tweeting up a storm about the doc over the weekend. First, she asked her followers for their thoughts, but she eventually showed her loyalty to Joe, tweeting Thursday, "Carol, you think you slick, bitch." And they did Joe so dirty over and over again.
This is my way of living, and nobody's gonna tell me any otherwise.
But the real kicker came on Friday when Cardi tweeted this: "About to start a GoFundMe account for Joe. He shall be free." And get this, when one fan criticized Cardi for still talking about the doc, she clapped back, "I stan him. Leave me alone."
Clap back and stan. Two awesome pop culture references in one fucking sentence. Look, and I don't know if apparently there was other video of Joe wondering why white people can't say the N-word, black people can. I don't know if that's changed Cardi B's opinion of Joe. As far as sides, I mean, I don't know. Look, if she killed her husband and got away with it, who am I to judge? I mean, really. I mean, fucking Joe did a lot of crazy shit. Joe is just the epitome of pure white trash. And white trash had a bunch of fucking tigers and a bunch of cameras following him around. This would be somewhat what it would look like. I would have to imagine. Anyway, again, I don't know if Cardi B's opinion of Joe has changed, or if she's still going to spring him from the joint.
Spoken, good looking, love to party and have fun. I don't think we're done blowing up today.
I don't figure you are.
Cardi is far from the only celeb who is totally hooked on Tiger King.
She stands him.
In fact, not only are celebs watching it, they're also pitching themselves to star in the eventual big screen adaptation. Edward Norton, Dax Shepard, Bryce Dallas Howard, and Jessica Chastain have all thrown their hats in the Tiger ring.
But you gotta check this out. Yup, that's Doc Antle in 2001 at the MTV VMAs, handling the tiger during Britney Spears' performance. Seems like the cast of Tiger King has always been destined for big things.
There you go. I think Britney Spears was hot. Holy shit. Anyway. I've forgotten how fucking hot Britney Spears was. In any case, the movie thing, I don't know. It'd be a really good movie. It's hard to get people interested in a movie about a story that they know all about. People know a lot about these people. Because the documentaries, like 45 minutes or 7 of them, or maybe an 8th episode added, it's a lot of information on these people. Even when they leave stuff out, it's still a lot going on. And you're really going to be good with a movie. Why I'm showing this, I don't know. I just found it on YouTube, and it's Tiger King related, and it's fucking weird as fuck, and I wondered how high this kid's parents were while they were doing this. My guess is probably pretty fucking high. Anyway, here it is.
Joe Exotic. And I ain't putting on no suit, I ain't cutting my hair, and I'm broke as crap. These animal rights people saying I can't have my tigers. You ain't taking my tigers, Carol Baskin. I'm never gonna financially...
Listen, if he would have got up right then and pulled out that gun and said, "Guess what, motherfucker?" I would have lost my shit. I would have been LOLing and LMAOing all over the fucking place.
Recover from this. I love...
If you're not watching the video version of this, they dressed up their dogs like tigers. A lot went into this. A lot went into this video. I mean, I know people are bored, people are in quarantine and self-isolation or whatnot, and it's really showing itself in the amount of produced content that's coming out from people all over the world.
Come on, baby tigers. I would check the septic tank for Don. Carol's a husband killer. Please like and share. Don't do drugs, kids.
So, there you go. As I said, probably ironic considering the amount of drugs that their parents are on while they're doing it. I did mention the video earlier, a Looper video. You know, Looper if you're on YouTube. And if you're interested in pop culture shit on YouTube, Did a video of things left out of the Tiger King documentary. We'll check some of that out. If it stops being interesting to me, we'll fucking move on. Go into the interview with Hung Young Terrorist that I did earlier tonight. But more on the Tiger King and some of the shit they left out of the Tiger King documentary, according to Looper.
In March 2020, Netflix debuted what might be its most shocking and binge-worthy true crime series to date. Tiger King tells the story of the rise and fall of Joseph Schreivogel, aka Joe Exotic, the charismatic proprietor of an exotic animal park in Oklahoma. But Exotic was more than just a zookeeper and a manager. He had a knack for self-promotion, positioning himself as just as much of an attraction as the close encounters with lions and tigers offered by his park. Tiger King describes in increasingly bizarre detail the complicated personal and professional life of Joe Exotic, which culminates in an elaborate assassination plot against Carol Baskin, a Florida-based operator of a wild cat preserve determined to get Joe's business, and others like it, shut down. It's also a story that involves other cat aficionados, polygamy, cult-like arrangements, exploitation, shady business practices, and accidental death.
I am never going to financially recover from this.
Despite 7 45-minute or so long episodes, filmmakers couldn't fit the entire story into Tiger King. Here are some pertinent details that didn't make it into the series. Joe Exotic is a serial monogamist, if not polygamist, boasting of his not exactly legal simultaneous marriages to John Finlay and Travis Maldonado. After splitting with Finlay and Maldonado's death, Exotic recoupled with Dylan Passage. But that's not the entire history of Exotic's many husbands. According to Intelligencer, in the late 80s, Exotic worked as a security guard at a Dallas gay bar, where he met a 19-year-old cowboy named Brian Ryan. They lived together for well over a decade, and were married at the bar where they met. Ryan was also around for many of the events depicted in Tiger King. He was there when Exotic's older brother Garrel died in 1997, and when Exotic opened the GW Exotic Animal Memorial Park in his memory. Ryan died in 2001, and according to zoo employees, his passing helped trigger Exotic's escalation toward colorful and erratic behavior. He also started spending a lot of time at a gay bar called the Copa, where he met his next husband, J.C. Harpence, who later ended up sentenced to life in prison for murder. After that, Exotic met Finlay, and while with him, met a young insane clown posse fan known only as Paul, and they
ICP?
All slept together in one big bed. Only after Paul departed did Exotic hook up with Travis Maldonado. Joe Exotic engaged.
So, that's a lot. He got fucking married to just about every guy I ever met. Whereas it seems like a lot of work and a lot of effort. But, you know, whatever.
He's in more animal-related shenanigans.
By the way, the Copa is a fucking awful name for a gay bar. So many great possible names for a gay bar. The Bear Cave, the Ramrod, the Poop Shooter. I don't know. The list goes on. Make your own list at home. It's fun during these times.
And cheesy stabs at showmanship than a 7-part documentary could show. One of his endeavors was a magic act involving exotic animals, which he performed under the stage names Aaron Alex and Cody Ryan. His assistant, Aaron Stone, was a...
Those names suck. For fucking magic names. Joe Exotic is a perfect magic name.
Guest on the podcast, Joe Exotic, Tiger King, and detailed some finer points and deeply unflattering moments from Exotic's magician stint. A big trick involved making a tiger magically appear on stage in a previously empty cage. A noisy explosion and some pyrotechnics provided the necessary misdirect, and those things also frightened the big cat, who would show up in the cage near the back, cringing in fear. Since seeing a tiger in distress could make an audience feel uneasy and make Exotic look bad, the magician decided to get rid of the tiger and bring in a sheep, which he spray painted black and orange to resemble a tiger. Not only did audiences immediately recognize the painted sheep for what it was, but it was just as scared of the pyrotechnical effects.
So there I am, hiding in...
He painted a sheep. Now, that would have been fucking amazing in the documentary. No... Oh, a whole episode should have been devoted to his fucking magic career.
a secret compartment, hugging a painted sheep.
Joe Exotic tried to be a lot of things. He was a zoo-running businessman, an animal handler, and perhaps most inexplicably, a country music singer who wrote and performed songs very much about his own life as a tiger lover, and a few of his own personal grudges, of course. Those songs, loaded onto CDs sold in his park's gift shop, all seemed so very personal, and yet Exotic had little to do with the enterprise, apart from the marketing. According to Tiger King co-star and Exotic's arch-nemesis Carol Baskin, those aren't the Tiger King's golden pipes. Baskin Baskin said on the Big Cat Rescue blog, Joe Exotic only lip-synced to songs written and recorded by Vince Johnson and Danny Clinton. But she...
Is she really the best source for that information? Can we verify that? That he's Milli Vanilli-ing his songs?
Also added that she has emails from Johnson and Clinton, the alleged real musicians behind those tunes, to prove it. While viewers get a large overview of most every person involved in Tiger King, they don't learn all that much about Rick Kirkham. It's shown that he's a former Gonzo reporter for the tabloid TV show Inside Edition, who went to work as a producer of Joe Exotic's daily internet talk show. Viewers are left with the impression that Kirkham largely stayed out of the personally and legally devastating events everyone else in Tiger King engaged in, not counting how an unknown actor, heavily implied to be Exotic himself, burned Kirkham's studio, destroying hundreds of hours of possibly incriminating footage in the process.
Boiling alive in a towering inferno of nothing but flames and fire.
What's not shown in Tiger King is that
I think it's really one of the most tragic parts of the whole thing is that the Joe Exotic reality show burned up and never came to light. I would have watched that. I've been watching these fucking videos on YouTube. This is bizarre. It's just bizarre. Fucking white trash guy who owns a bunch of goddamn animals.
Kirkham was a victim of a second mysterious arson, not long after he left the Joe Exotic compound. Kirkham moved a couple of hours away to Dallas and settled into an apartment, which caught fire when he was still in it. Kirkham was safely removed by firefighters, but his dog died in the blaze. Police never made an arrest for either fire. The third episode of Tiger King dives deep into the backstory of Carol Baskin, leader of the Big Cat Rescue Animal Preserve and subject of a murder-for-hire plot by Oklahoma cat zoo operator Joe Exotic. Viewers learn that Baskin's previous husband, Don Lewis, disappeared in 1997, and Joe Exotic and his associates believe that Baskin killed him and fed his remains to her beloved big cats.
So the whole world's wondering, would you actually grind your husband up, feed him to a tiger so there's no evidence?
Some of the details of his disappearance presented in Tiger King may raise eyebrows, such as a claim that Lewis tried to file an injunction against his wife after she threatened physical harm. But Baskin's side of the story reportedly wasn't completely represented, nor was Tiger King the documentary she initially believed she was helping to make. Speaking about the filmmakers in an interview with Vanity Fair, Baskin claimed, "Their pitch was what they were trying to do was create the Blackfish of the cat industry." That's a reference to a previous animal rights-related documentary, an expose on SeaWorld that made waves in 2013. Baskin participated in filming for Tiger King for 5 years, even through the exploration of her former husband's death, which she says awakened a lot of painful memories. She claims to have fully participated with authorities in trying to track down Lewis, to no avail. She also shared her own theory on what happened to him with the Tiger King filmmakers, floating the notion that Lewis's secretary killed him. That's an interesting angle, but one Tiger King doesn't delve into, probably because it didn't have anything to do with cat people. Maybe one day another documentary will come along to dig into the aspect of the story a little more. Check out one of our newest videos right here, plus even more Looper videos about your favorite movies and TV shows are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.
So there you go. I don't know. Like I said, things get left out of documentaries. There's not unlimited time. Will there be more about this? I'm sure. Because this hit at a time when everybody's home and they're bored and they're on Netflix and they see this and like, oh, that's pretty cool. And there's so many twists and turns and weird shit that, they're interested. I find it interesting. I mean, it was hard to live up to the hype because I was late in watching it, but still, I would recommend it. Especially if you want to kill some time. Like, the fuck else you got to do besides watch this show? Thank you. Stoner Jesus Show Live, Chapter 3, Verse 22. StonerJesus.net, of course, where you can find all information on the show. Check out our sponsor banners there and support our sponsors. Coming up, my interview with Hung Young Terrorist. I am Hung Young on Twitter, a.k.a. Tokyo Cunt Punch. That's right. Hear about that. Hear about her being in a cult. All that stuff coming up in the last segment, Stoner Jesus Show Live. Thanks, everybody, for checking us out. Interviews coming up. Peace, bitches.
The Stoner Jesus Show on CannabisRadio.com.
The Stoner Jesus Show is brought to you in part by Hemptations.com and PlanetEverywhere.com. They got a lot of awesome stuff for you to check out. But don't just take my word for it. Let Beach, the owner of Hemptations,
tell you all about it.
It's a very large selection of hemp goods, everything from reusable coffee filters to frisbees, bandanas. Everything planted everywhere on the site is made in Cincinnati, Ohio, made locally. We also have other retail products from our cosmetics, Earthly Body product, bags on the retail site. Again, anybody local in Cincinnati can go to Hemptations.com and get the info on the stores. Planted Everywhere is our .com is our retail site. You can hit me up on Hemptation Beach or like my Facebook page, Hemptations or Hemptations 2. I'm on Twitter, Google, I'm on the internet everywhere, just like everyone. We love to hear from people all over the world, positive things about industrial hemp. That's what I do. That's what we do. Largest selection of industrial hemp on the planet in the stores. And I'd like to grow that inventory to be able to say that I haven't actually checked out all the other hemp retail spots to see if we have the largest amount on our Planet Everywhere. But it's a fair selection.
And as Beach always says,
having Hemptations.
Hello, my children. Stoner Jesus here to tell you about another Stoner Jesus Show sponsor, Molino Glass. Check out their banner on stonerjesus.net. Molino has been making glass since 2003. Their goal is total customer satisfaction. Their team is always there and ready to help if you have any questions or issues. Don't matter if you're looking for bongs, art glass, dab rigs, rolling papers, grinders, cleaners, CBD vapes, and more. Check them out, molinoglass.com, or check out the Molino Glass banner, stonerjesus.net. Also, use the code StonerJesus420 to get 10% off your order. That's code StonerJesus420. You get 10% off your order at Molino Glass. Just check that banner out, StonerJesus.net. Click it, check out the glass and more, and enjoy the awesomeness of another Stoner Jesus Show sponsor, Molino Glass. Check out their banner, StonerJesus.net. Make sure you use that code StonerJesus420 to get your 10% off.
Oh, let the marijuana llama tell you something now about a game for your phone gonna make you say, wow! The game's about the game of growing cannabis for cash. Grow the seed, sell the bud, put the savings in the stash. Little by little, your empire grows large. Put the big celebrities inside your entourage. You can choose to play with Snoop or me or Cheech and Chong, Cypress Hill, Willie Nelson, Wiz Khalifa with a bong. The name of the game is Hemp Inc., that's the point. Download and play while you light yourself a joint. The business of cannabis should be no crime. Hemp Inc. is even hot-proofed by the man who run High Times. Oh yeah? Get it on Android and iOS today. Marijuana llama out. Got to tend to me own crops, you know. Money don't make itself. Hemp Inc.
The smoke is rising, and the next crop of podcasts devoted to cannabis providers and enthusiasts are ready to be harvested. Welcome to the Cannabis Radio Network, founded by respected rainmakers who have been producing award-winning podcasts for over a decade. Industry headlines, business updates, medical reports, marketing, and e-commerce education rolled up perfectly for your consumption. Let's grow together. The Cannabis Radio Network. CannabisRadio.com.
Tommy Chong is ready to cut through the smoke and change the tone of Tilk Radio.
You're going to be a
great-granddad. Pretty cool. Morgan is Ray Dawn's son. Morgan and his wife Tracy, they've been trying to have a baby for quite some time. Did you hear what I said to Morgan? What? Do you know who the father is?
The Tommy Chong Podcast, only on CannabisRadio.com.
Welcome to my world. Get informed, get inspired, and get connected on NCIA's Cannabis Industry Voice. Mondays on demand, only on CannabisRadio.com. The following CannabisRadio.com program contains explicit language and content that can be considered graphic and offensive. This program is not suitable for all audiences, and the opinions expressed do not reflect those of CannabisRadio.com, its staff, management, or sponsors. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome back, everybody. Stoner Jesus Show on the video chat. We have Hung Young Terrorist, aka Tokyo Cunt Punch, which I have to admit is one of the better AKAs if you're if you're looking for that category. Welcome to the show. How are things in your life? How are things going with all this coronavirus stuff? How are you, your family members, all that?
First of all, thanks for having me. This is really cool. Thanks. I saw that you subscribed to my channel, so I feel really cool. Thanks for following me on Twitter. We'll see how long you can do that, because I tend to put all my inner thoughts and feelings, and I don't think that's what Twitter's for.
Absolutely.
But things are, I'm one of the lucky ones. I'm still alive. I don't know anybody close to me that's been hit by this thing, but my friend's cousin, who's a nurse in Long Island, just got it. And I'm seeing people on Facebook. Are you in New York?
No, I'm by Cincinnati.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I don't know, man. This shit is it's just such a Twilight mind fuck. It's weird. I sometimes I'm like really scared I'm gonna die, and like I feel like I need to run to my parents. You know, they live like a half an hour from me, but my mom's trying to get me to, you know, hunker down with them, and I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to self-quarantine long enough to be able to go see my old parents and not worry about killing them. You know, I get lonely, and then I want to see a friend, and then it's like I need to wait another 14 days before I can go hang out with them. So
yeah, it's definitely a incredibly weird time. Basically doing the same thing here. You take it day by day. You don't know what's going to happen. You can't really plan for anything. You just take it as it comes, and you wake up the next day, be grateful, and move on with it and try to get it done. You do a lot of different things. You're a rapper, a comedian, a former cult member. How would you describe yourself to people who may be watching this, who have no idea who you are? Well, give them, I guess, a flavor of who you are.
I know. I almost feel like I'm quite this is probably not the best thing to say, but that's me. I just feel like I'm kind of a little bit of a joke. Because like I joined this cult. I don't know if I'm even human. I feel like the aliens might be playing a joke on me. I joined the cult when I was a little girl, thinking I was going to be able to like have superpowers and like walk through tables and stuff. I would sing. My mom gave me a guitar when I was like 10, and I wrote songs. And comedy, wasn't trying to get into comedy. I tried to resist it, but then I was, where did you go? I don't even see your face anymore.
I'm still here. I just flipped you to a different, to the full screen.
Yeah, but I don't see your face, so that's weird. I don't know. I have a hard time answering questions directly sometimes, even though I'm not high or drunk right now, because I'm still floating on a little bit of whiskey that I drank very late last night. But I do music, I do comedy. The comedy was for the sex work, because I got into sex work, and I needed to talk about that and sort of make it funny to heal the pain of it. And then, you know, from all the years of meditation, I have this weird, freakish ability to sort of remove myself from a situation and compartmentalize everything. So it's almost sometimes I feel like I'm watching myself from outside of myself, and I'm like, oh, that's interesting. And it's like, wait, you're supposed to be traumatized about these things, or you're supposed to be ruined. But I still keep going. I don't know.
Yeah. Hey, sometimes that's what you got to do. Do you find that weed is helpful? I know it's different for a lot of people. Is it something that helps you cope with a lot of stuff?
I really like it. I did too much of it for like about 10 years. I was late to the game because, you know, I was in this cult, and we weren't supposed to do any drugs or anything. So I didn't even smoke weed until I was like 25. And then I smoked weed all day, morning through night, like wake and bake. I smoked 5 times a day. I did a spliff. I roll what I call princess joints, which is a teeny bit of like Marlboro Lights in there to just give it a kick. And wow, that was like my favorite. But then after 10 years, I was just like smoking to get to like regular. And I was like, I'm not even getting high anymore. So I had to stop. So now I just kind of do it socially. And when I do it, it's great, but it's just never as good as it is in those first couple years, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you
But
first
it
started
does-
smoking, did you get
Yeah.
high? Because I know a lot of people just don't. They say don't get high the first time. What was your first time like?
Um, I felt like it had been a secret that was kept from me, and that like it was the answer to everything. You know, I was I went crazy with it. It was a really great tool for creating things, maybe less coherent things, but it definitely popped open a whole new world of everything for me. And yeah, I think it definitely is a gateway drug. And I don't really know what gateway means except that it leads to other things. But you know, once I did that, I was like, okay, let's check out DMT, let's check out LSD. I didn't do a lot of those things, but yeah, to me, it's not that, you know, it's not that serious.
Yeah. There's a that Netflix documentary I didn't get a chance to watch yet, but I'm definitely going to watch it called Holy Hell. If people want to check it out. What was like your daily life like inside a cult? What was, what led you to it, and what was like being in it?
My big sister, who's my half sister, she's like 14 years older than me, so she got pulled into it by her best friend, and then her best friend, well, and then she pulled me into it. So my big sister is like 14 years older than me, so I was like 6 when she was in it, and she was 20. And then I was sort of being groomed for it. By age 10, I was like meditating to Enya and stuff. And then by 14, they initiated me over the phone because they started in LA and then they went to Austin. And I have a really weird view about all of it, which is probably why I didn't make the cut in The Disciples, that sort of like the 8 main characters of the documentary, because I look at it with probably too much humor for the point of view that the director was going for, which was, the victimization of the disciples in the cult. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. I don't even know if I would have done things differently. I did leave before it came out that he was fucking the male disciples because I just got bored and I wanted to pursue a career in music. But I wasn't getting butt fucked. I wasn't, I was fucking a guy that I really didn't want to, but he wasn't the master or anything. But I do think actually, I talked to one of that girl. If you see the movie, there's this beautiful girl with black hair that you see her like running her finger in the water and stuff, and she was really gorgeous. She was my sister's best friend, Sophia, and she's actually in town right now. She's coming to pick up her mom and rescue her mom from all this COVID stuff because her mom's actually needs a little help. Her mom's older and stuff and lives like in a van and stuff. And so anyway, I told her and her mom should come and stay with me, but again, I can't stop seeing dudes and fucking dudes randomly or whatever. So like, I don't know if I have something for another 14 days. But no, she actually talked to me a lot about everything, and we would spend hours on the phone when I was a teenager in high school, and we would just talk about God, and we would talk about, she just has such a beautiful way about her. But even now, she thinks that there was a guy that I lost my virginity to in the cult when I was 19 and he was 43, and she thinks that is why I'm now slanging puss. She thinks that kind of fucked me up because I really didn't want to fuck this guy. I really didn't want to, but I loved his insides, and I loved what he had to say, what he had to like share in cult speak. So I fucked him, even though it was like I really had to like drop my mind to fuck him because he just really wasn't my cup of tea.
Yeah,
So
I've been trying to get a cult started for a long time, but as you can see, there's nothing going on. And right now, it would be a bad time for a cult, I would imagine, with all the coronavirus stuff.
yeah, this is insane. I swear this is so crazy.
You have to start like a video chat cult or something like that at this point. As far as your music goes, we'll start with that. Where can people find that, and what's some of the stuff they can expect from your music?
They can find it at HungYoungTerrorist.com. It's actually on all platforms. The self-titled Hung Young Terrorist record is on Spotify, Tidal, anywhere music is sold, iTunes, and there's music videos on YouTube. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I also have like 400 other songs like on a SoundCloud. And I think and that record is hip hop. And I think for the next one, if we make it through this apocalypse, I want to do more of like a singer-songwriter, jazzy, funky type of album. So, yeah.
Cool. As far as your comedy goes, where did the name Tokyo Cunt Punch come from?
So my big sister hung out with this actor who told her that Tokyo Cunt Punch was like so funny and it should be something. So she started calling me Tokyo Cunt Punch, and she kept calling me that like a couple times. So then I started going to open mics and signing it up with the name. And then I just decided it was really fucking awesome and I liked it. So I kept it. I even auditioned for like a late night thing with it, and the book, I changed my name because I was afraid that it would like automatically get me not, considered, and the booker was like, "Why'd you change your name? You could have bleeped that out." I was like, okay.
Do you have plans to keep doing comedy? Obviously now all the comedy clubs and everything is shut down, but after all this is done, do you have plans to continue with that as well?
I do. I mean, I really just got started. I'm only 2 years in, and I've been studying it for 7 years and going to shows. But yeah, I really love it. Kind of in a weird spot with the realization that there's a saying that there's more comedy in politics than there's politics in. No, wait. There's more politics in comedy than there's comedy in politics.
Yeah.
And that sucks a dick. Just dealing with that. I got people like telling me how to act and how to be. It's like you want to get ahead in this business, you have to say shit that you don't mean, and that's not me.
Yeah.
You gotta bow down and like apologize to people that don't deserve it, and I can't do that. So, and yeah, I'm gonna keep doing it. I don't know. It's just hard, that element. I know everybody goes through it, but it's crazy. I really thought going into comedy that it was going to be like a place where people just are honest about what the fuck they're going through and shit. And so much of it seems to be, especially in Los Angeles, it's really not about your material. It's really more about who you know, and everybody protects their relationships and stuff. So that's just a bit of a mind fuck, and part of why I kind of want to move to Brooklyn and, get more stage time. I had to produce my own show to get stage time in LA. I mean, it's insanely difficult out here.
Yeah.
You gotta be doing it at least 7 years before anybody starts even to respect you as a comedian. So, yeah.
It's definitely one of the great things about the internet is, at least now there's chances for people to kind of bypass the usual channels and get their name out there and get people seeing their stuff. Is there other places people can find you online? Do you have like the other social media networks and all that garbage?
Yeah. I'm actually got two. So there's the Tokyo Cunt Punch, where you can TokyoCuntPunch.com, and that's on all social media. And then the I Am Hung Young on Twitter and Instagram. If I want to promote anything, it's the I Am Hung Young, IAMHUNGYUNG. Trying to condense everything into that one for Twitter and Instagram. Although right now, doesn't it all seem so fucking stupid?
Yeah, it seems like more of like a distraction. That's why I'm doing more of these shows than ever. It's just something to like kind of get your mind onto something else. But with Twitter, it's the politics thing, and with the coronavirus, like my entire feed is either, hey, this is not a big deal, it's just like the flu, and then the next tweet is, we're all going to die, and then it just alternates back and forth, and I have to get off of it. I have to go do something else. It's too much.
Are you high right now?
A little bit, yeah. I try to stay high as much as possible. I mean, I also have I have stomach issues and stuff that I deal with as far as digestion and eating and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, the recreational aspects are really coming in handy with all the anxiety and shit that's going on with all this. So
Yeah, there's a shop actually just a block away from me. I went there last night because I wanted to be high for this, and I can't actually keep any weed in my apartment or I will fucking smoke it. So I have to really just buy like a small amount. When I buy, like I'll buy like one all-in-one vape, one pre-roll, and then like I'll do that, because otherwise I'll be high nonstop. I'll be high, like I'll smoke when I know that I've had enough. I'll just fucking keep smoking because I just love the oral fixation of that, you know. But yeah, I wanted to be high for this, but I couldn't get my fucking shit together. I went to there's a store by me, like, you know, a block away last night, but they were like just closing. But it's crazy how legal it is out here. I mean, you just go to a website and they just deliver it right to your door. It's like,
yeah. Do you have any strains or anything? Any favorite strains that help you out?
I used to be a sativa girl, but then I was like, oh shit, this getting me too in my head. So now I'm a hybrid. But oddly, I don't even know if any of it means anything, because sometimes I'll smoke an indica and I'll be so sure it's a sativa and it's like an indica. So I don't even fucking know. It's like, it's a mystery to me. So I just go with the hybrids now because I'm just like, I don't fucking know. What about you? What do you like?
What I can get, it's much less legal here than it is in California. So, but the quality has definitely increased over the last just couple of years, just with legalization elsewhere. I mean, I remember days just driving around town all day, going to this guy's house, going to this guy's house, and finally you get something that looks like it fell off, some brown stuff that fell off a brick, and you're happy with it because that was all you could get. But
damn,
these days, those are some rough times, that's for sure.
Yeah, are they quarantining in Cincinnati? Is everybody doing it?
Stay at home, basically. Stay at home orders. Kentucky really hasn't been hit that hard. I'm just across the river from Cincinnati. But yeah, everything is basically grocery stores, pharmacies, gas stations are the only things allowed open, all non-essential stuff, stuff like that. I wear a mask when I go out because I have to get supplies. You know, I have my elderly parents, my family and stuff, so I'm kind of the designated supply person. So I'm out there. People are doing pretty well. Some people don't get the 6 feet thing. They're not so you got to tell them, kind of.
Yeah.
Where I would have been kind of polite, and before I'm not polite anymore. I just say, look, you got to back the fuck up. This is. I'm not gonna die.
Yeah.
You have fucking space boundary issues.
It's really weird. I was just standing outside a burger joint the other night, and it was just like really like awkward because some people they want to get close to you, and it's like, bro.
Yeah.
Like it's like you're in a circle, and it's like some people are moving, and it's like you have to it's like a game of chess. You're like, I gotta keep my pace in line, but I can't die. Like it's weird.
Yeah.
Oh, look who's here.
Who's that?
Oh, that's Shoshana. She's my baby.
Well, I want to thank you for coming on the show. Obviously, everybody go follow you on Twitter and all those places. Before we leave, is there anything you want to tell people? Anything you want to say to your fans? Any final parting thoughts?
Not really. Not really. I've got really nothing to promote at this moment. I'm working on creating a podcast called Inside the K-Hole, but it's a ways away. I might look into this whole VFX thing you got going on.
Yeah, it's definitely video is never anything I thought that I would do when I started podcasting more than 10 years ago. It was always like audio, radio, theater of the mind, all that jazz. But here I am doing video with graphics, and now my show, as I like to say, looks better than a lot of late night shows now that everybody's stuck at home.
Yeah, it looks great. Have you just started doing the video because of COVID, or were you always doing the video?
I started in 2017, basically because that's where a lot more of the viewers were, and I could get on Periscope, where I have a lot of followers on Twitter. So it's basically a necessity thing of getting the show in front of more people. But it's worked out. It's not bad.
Super cool.
Awesome. I am Hung Young on Twitter, Hung Young Terrorist. Thank you for being on the show.
So much.
And after all this is over, you got anything to promote? You got anything going on? Come back and talk to us about it.
I will. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you. Have a good night.
Bye.